All right, buenas noches, everybody. It's your boy Salito once again. Before I jump into this video, let me just say that I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. Please don't look at me as a financial advisor because I don't want to fucking be one. Anything that comes out of my mouth pertaining to these plays that I'm about to speak on is strictly for entertainment purposes only. So whatever you do when it comes to betting to the upside or the downside, buying shares, whatever you do, that decision is based off of your own. All right. So please take everything with a grain of salt, okay? So let's go ahead and jump into the SPY real quick. I'm gonna make this as quick as possible. Hopefully I can drop this video from 25 minutes all the way down to 15 minutes. It's really not too much to really talk about right now. So on your left hand side, here goes your ancient past. Your right hand side, this is your present time. So as you can see from the white arrow, we were supposed to continue moving up to the upside towards the purple arrow and then create another arch and come back down and retest the horizontal ray line. But as you can see right here, we ended up bouncing up and then we got rejected off of the horizontal ray line and we came back below it. And now we're kind of riding above this rectangle that I drew out. Basically, this rectangle was a gap that needed to be filled right here. In my opinion, there's a possibility that we can also go as far as low as 492. And the reason saying that right now is because of the fact that, as you can see with the MACD indicator, the signal line is actually about to catch up with the MACD line, and it's showing a lot of weakness basically for upside potential. But what I think right now, honestly, is that if we don't go as far low as back down to this 490s range, the low 490s, I'm sorry, we can actually end up bouncing up and continue moving on up to the upside, going towards that 530 range. I still think it's a possibility that that can happen. So, take that with a grain of salt. But for tomorrow, though we close today around $501.98, I feel that tomorrow we can possibly go as high as 503. If we can break 503, we'll end up going possibly all the way up to $507. I know it sounds like a real big push. We have a crazy weekend ahead, well, a crazy week ahead. We have a lot of meetings going on, Fed meetings and all that stuff, and a lot of that information as far as data pertaining to the economy coming out. But like I tell you before, I'm not a big fundamentals guy. But right now in the after hours, we're down $1.01, basically at $500.97. Like I said, if we can break that 503 area, then we could possibly see as high as $507. So that's the positive side of things. Now, if shit hits the fan, which I kind of feel is happening right now due to the week that we're in, and based off the MACD indicator, we could possibly go as low as $500 and probably create a bounce from there. And after hours, we did hit $500.11. That bounce may already be in, and we could possibly see 503 tomorrow. But like I say, take everything with a grain of salt, and it's not financial advice in no shape, form, or fashion. I still think that we're going to hit that $530 range sooner than later, possibly after this week is over with. I'm not saying that we can hit it after this week is over with, but after everything is calculated in and stuff from all the data pertaining to the economy, I feel that we can possibly go much higher. We'll continue going to that upside. But so far right now, I'm tracking this, and hopefully let's hope that we're not that the SPY has not went inverse on us. But so far so good in my opinion. Still profit is being made or whatnot due to, if you did bounce in down here, if you did put in a position down here and you rode this bad boy all the way up to the upside, even though we drop back down, you're still in the green in my opinion. You should still be in the green. But that's enough about SPY. So let's go on and move over to AMC real quick. And while in the process, I'm going to spark up. So yeah. While that loads up and while I'm readjusting, we're going to get that took care of. All right, let's go ahead and readjust. All right. Let me move this over a little bit. I'm not gonna have as many arrows up inside of the display for the ancient side. So I'm not gonna continue talking over, going over the arrows and stuff as I always say in my previous videos. So if you missed out, you're gonna have to go back and look at the other videos. All right, so Amy, our AMC, our beloved Amy right now, we ended up dropping down to $2.93 closing for the day. And right now we're sitting at even right now in the after hours. So I still feel that we're actually right here on this green arrow. This is your present time. And of course, as you can tell from the ancient gap fill right here that I labeled out, this is your ancient past. Now, as you can see right here with the green arrow, we're actually waiting for that curl, that dip, and then we end up pushing higher to the upside. Now, there's a possibility, like I said before, that we're possibly creating that dip right now, and then possibly in the earnings we end up mooning. In my opinion, we could possibly go as high as $8.50. If it doesn't happen, then it could possibly happen a couple weeks after earnings, which I do think that one of my guys told me in the Discord that the CAT system is supposed to be operating on May 30th, May 31st. So I don't think it's going to take that long, because I feel that a bunch of powers that be are going to actually be removing themselves out of this play, and a few other meme stocks as well. And we're going to possibly see a nice bull run. But in my opinion, I think that we're right here on the green arrow, as you can see over here, and we're just waiting for that curl up to go to the upside. Now, I feel like that first curl up could possibly get us up to $4, and then after that we'll get another curl up, and then we'll push even higher towards that $8.50 range. As of right now, you can see on the MACD that we're losing momentum for upside. The MACD line along with the signal line are literally about to touch each other. But in my opinion, I think that we're still going to be in this barcode zone area, and we're going to continue trading sideways going into earnings. But like I said, if we are right here where I think that we are, then there's a possibility that we can see this before earnings coming in. We can go up to as high as possibly $4. But take that with a grain of salt. We're actually already out of the macro descending wedge. So that's a very good thing. And obviously you can see as well over here in the ancient past, we have broken out of the macro descending wedge as well. So everything looks good in my opinion. I think this is just one of those fake outs or whatnot, scare people to get out of the play and leave with a loss. But there's another thing also too. During after hours, we ended up getting some form of a push on Weeble from literally $2.92 all the way up to $3.38. It was like a 15% jump, and then after that it just glitched out and went straight back down to the downside. I don't know if you guys can actually see it on my phone. Let me see if I can show you guys through here on the screen real quick. Yeah, it looks freaking crazy. So there you go. There you have it right there. That one freaking candle, that one pip candle, and it went straight back down. But nothing to see here, right? Nothing to see here at all. Now, as far as price action goes on AMC for tomorrow, there is a possibility that we can end up going possibly back into this area right here, this barcode area. But there's also a chance that we can end up going as low as $2.80. If we don't get above $2.94 before the day starts tomorrow, in my opinion, then we might as well get ready for some more downside. But in my opinion as well, there is a possibility as well that if we can break $2.94, $2.95, we can go as high as $3.09 peak. But like I say, take everything with a grain of salt. The powers that be control all this stuff right now, and all I'm seeing right now is algos on repeat. But that's what I have for AMC. So let's go ahead and jump over to GameStop now. things is getting out of hand with the market. But of course, it's going to be a crazy week. So it was kind of expected. It was actually coming already as such. But I mean, it's 1 week, right? We'll be all right. All right, so let me go ahead and readjust over here on this side real quick. All right. So GameStop has created a double top right here, and it's ended up actually going back down to the downside. MACD is showing a lot of weakness, as well as the SPY and AMC, and I feel that we can actually still get some more upside if we can create a double bottom tomorrow off of what we did today. Then we can actually continue going to the upside tomorrow. Now, we ended up closing the day for GameStop around $11.09. I still feel that in the near future that we can go as high as $21. It could possibly be during next earnings. I mean, you know how plays are. They lag out, and how the powers that be tend to freak around and will tend to fuck around and lag our plays, tend to stretch them out. But it can happen anytime. It could happen tomorrow. We don't know. But by the end of the day, I do feel that we could possibly get a bounce tomorrow, going back to the upside. But as of right now, we're exactly at $11 in the after hours. If we can break $11.09, basically today's price that we closed at, we can actually go as high as around $11.39. And if we don't get past that $11.09 range, or we get past it and then we end up getting a fake out, we could possibly go as low as $10.78. We did get as low as $10.91 today. We are actually still above above the bottom right here, which was around $9.91 or $9.91, I believe. So if you jumped in down at this area, obviously you're still in the green, you're still in the money, blah, 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 right? But I still feel that we can hit this $21 range very soon in the near future. Things is looking good on GameStop. Right now, I do feel that where we're at right here, I feel that on the ancient side of things that we might be in this little area right here. Okay? But so far, so good on GameStop. I feel that we're just going to get a nice little pullback due to the week that we have right now, due to, like I said, all the economic data that's coming out. But it's just a retest, in my opinion. And like I say, if shit hits the fan, we can go as low as $10.78, maybe even lower. But we'll see. But take that with a grain of salt. All right, so now let's move on over to SHIB real quick. I gotta keep lighting on my blunt because I'm talking and stuff, and it keeps going out on me. I'm gonna start just smoking in between my talks. All right, so SHIB, let me go ahead and readjust real quick. I'm gonna expand this out a little bit more. Go ahead and stretch this a little bit more. Okay, so as I spoke about yesterday in my video pertaining to SHIB, as you can see right here, these two bottoms right here, I feel that these are the two bottoms right here. Okay, and as of right now, with that bounce and then the rejection off the upper ascending descending wedge, I didn't draw the bottom part, but of course off the upper side of the macro descending wedge, you see that we keep getting rejected. And now we have ended right back into the red as of today. The MACD has finally crossed the signal line, signalizing that we're going to the downside. So if you look at it based off like how this arches and goes straight down, riding across the descending macro wedge, it's doing the same thing right here as well. So we can possibly get that surprise move to the upside sooner than later, in my opinion. Above all, I still feel that we need to break 36 thousandths of a penny. excuse me, we need to break 36 thousandths of a penny, which it's not too far, not too far at all. But I feel that once we break that, we'll start getting a lot of heavy bullish movement to the upside to where we could possibly lose a zero. And I think that that peak, if we lose that zero, will be around 11 thousandths of a penny. But take everything with a grain of salt. Once I feel that this week is over with, I think that we're going to see a lot of green possibly going into next week. But you know, just like I said, it's all about economic data right now, pertaining to the stocks, and of course it now affects crypto as well. But it looks good. I still feel that we're tracking this right here perfectly, and you know, like I say, I'll keep you guys updated. So now let's go and jump over here to SoFi, and then we will be done. All right, SoFi. Man, let me delete this. SoFi has now finally got its red pivot reversal indicator arrow. So when you see that, that means that it's downside time. When you see this right here, just prepare for downside. SoFi has kind of let me down. We actually ended up hitting that $8 range not too long ago, but we ended up hitting it during, I think it was after hours. I don't remember, but it was a couple days ago. But we ended up hitting that $8 range. So the powers that be, you know, they don't want to see nobody great. They don't want to see nobody get their money, right? But SoFi needs to go ahead, and it actually bounced off the top of the discount zone, which was basically the resistance level of $6.54. Upper resistance level is around $11.45. So we have a lot of freaking space that we can go ahead and possibly see a move to the upside. But as of right now, as you can see with the MACD indicator, that, you know, red dot signalizes that the signal line has finally became the dominant the dominant line over the MACD. So now we're going to be seeing some downside. Hopefully it's not for a long time, maybe for just this week. I'm also seeing that we have a strong low, so that kind of gives me an indication that we can actually bounce up out of this and probably start covering gaps. But you know, like I say, take that with a grain of salt. Now, as far as tomorrow goes, I feel that we could possibly go as high as $6.78. We break 6.78. We can go as high as 6.94 and possibly touch $7 again. But if shit hits the fan and we continue moving to the downside based off with the pivot reversal indicator right now, which is showing the red arrow for downside, I do think that we can still go as low as $6.61. Now, in the after hours, we're at 672. So we're still moving down. Hopefully all these numbers that I called will happen during pre-market in the morning, and we continue seeing some upside. But like I say, right now we have economic data coming out all this freaking trading week. So we might see a lot of red, a lot of red. The whole market today was red. The SPY, the NASDAQ, IWM, all that was red today. Even treasury bonds, like treasury notes, everything was red. Oil, lottie-dottie, everything. But other than that, this is it for the video. You guys want to join the Discord, let me know in the bottom of the comment section. Other than that, everything is playing out as it should play out right now. So other than that, I'll see you guys tomorrow. You guys take it easy. Don't let nobody piss in your Cheerios. Don't let nobody get you upset. Stay positive. Keep a positive mindset. And, you know, enjoy your night with your family and friends if you have any. All right. Hasta luego.